friends, happy Wednesday, happy Earth Day. Today you're going to be doing a lot of activities with Earth Day, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you create with that. But this video is about our math, of course, and you should be watching this before your Zoom meeting. If you are, good job. So we're going to jump right into 14-2, which is also about number patterns, but it's not about sequences. It's about number rules and works more with multiplication and division, okay? So I figured this was going to take a few more examples to do. So I'm going to do the first one kind of from our book with you on the board, and then we'll talk about it and we'll do some more examples together when we get together, okay? So I'm going to read you the number story that is in the book. It says there are 6 juice boxes in one pack, okay? That's how many are in a group, right? So then it says there are 12 in 2 packs and 18 in 3 packs. How many juice boxes are in 4 packs, in 5 packs, and in 6 packs? It says use the rule to complete the table. Describe features of the pattern, then find how many juice boxes are in 10 packs and 100 packs. Okay, so I started the chart for us, okay? I broke it down into the number of packs and the number of juice boxes in that pack. So they gave us some information, and this is where a table for math is really helpful, okay? So they said in one pack, you have 6 juice boxes, right? And the rule is multiply by 6. 1 times 6 is 6. Okay, so if we had 2 packs, they said that was 12, and 3 packs was 18, okay? Now, they had several questions for you. They said how many would be in 4, 5, and 6, and then they said 10 and 100, okay? Right? So if you're not keeping up, I want you to pause the video and finish filling in that chart for me, okay? And then start play again. Okay, so if we had 4 packs, and the rule is to multiply by 6, we know 4 times 6 is 24, that's right, good job. Okay, 24. We'd have 24 juice boxes, right? Then if we had 5 packs, 5 times 6 is 30. So that's 30 juice boxes. And 6 times 6 is 36, right? Okay, so now as you're looking at the chart, right, as you're looking at the table, you can see that each time we're simply adding 6, which is the same as adding another group of 6, which is how we get multiplication, right? We're multiplying the number of groups we have by the size of the groups, okay? But then we jump, right? We can't just add 6 to this number to get the answer for 10 or to get the answer for 100 because we've added more groups than just 1, right? Okay, so since the rule was multiply by 6, it's very simple. We take 10, which is the number of packs that we would have, times 6 juice boxes per pack, and that would give us 10 times 6 is 60, okay? We have 60, and then if we had 100 packs, we would take 100 times 6 and get 600, okay? Pretty straightforward, right? All right, so then the next question said, when we look at this, it says describe features of the pattern. Well, features of this pattern, as we talked about the other day, these are all multiples of 6, right? From 6 all the way to 600, those are all multiples of 6. We get those numbers by multiplying another number times 6, okay? So that's our multiples of 6. Now, one of the things that you're going to be asked to do, and we're going to go over this more together when we meet in the Zoom meeting, okay? But one of the things you're going to have to do is possibly find out what the pattern is, or be able to go from a bigger number to a smaller number. Here, we started with a small number, and we went to a bigger number, okay? So we multiply. That's not always going to be the case. Let's say, let's change this problem a little bit. I'm going to change the rule too, because if I'm changing the numbers in the way they work, that would be a change in the pattern or a change in the rule. Okay, so I'm going to draw another chart, and you're going to draw another chart. Let's say we have a chart that looks like this, and we have number of juice boxes now we have number of packs. Okay? Instead of saying how many packs we have and how many juice boxes we have, we start instead with the number of juice boxes. And let's say that the chart looks something like this. Okay, so I'm filling in numbers on the juice box side, okay? And when I started, I had 8 juice boxes, and that was 1 pack, okay? Then I had 16 juice boxes, and that's 2 packs. And then I had 24, and that's 3 packs, okay? And then I have 32, 40, and 48. And let's say the problem was, how many packs did we actually buy, okay? If you look at it carefully, you can see, 1, we're going from bigger number to smaller number. When we go from bigger number to smaller number, there are only 2 ways to do that, right? We either subtract or we divide, okay? But when you know that you're doing a number pattern and you have to come up with a rule, you would have to know that you are adding the same amount each time, or subtracting the same amount each time, or multiplying the same amount each time, or dividing by the same number each time, okay? So from here to here, 8 to 1. If I went from 8 to 1, if I subtracted, 8 minus 7 is 1, but then this would have to be 16 minus what? 16 minus 7 gives us 2? That's not right. Okay, so if we're going from bigger to smaller and we can't subtract the same number, that means we have to divide by the same number. In this case, we're dividing by 8. 8 divided by 8 equals 1, and 16 divided by 8 equals 2, right? Okay, so the rule for this problem and this chart is divide by 8. And when we come down here, and this is where knowing our multiplication facts comes in handy, right? Because when we see these numbers, we should be able to recognize that these are multiples of 8, okay? So 32 divided by 8 is 4, 40 divided by 8 is 5, and 48 divided by 8 is 6. And we could have had, say, 80 down here, right? Because we would jump. They like to do that. They like to give you a number there where you're not just filling in, going up by 1. So 80 divided by 8 would be 10. Okay? So that gives us the basis for number rules and how we're going to be working with those today. All right? So after you've watched this video, which you should be doing before your Zoom meeting, we're going to talk more about a few more example problems during our Zoom meeting, and then your Envision practice sheet that is on Shobi is very much like these problems. Okay, so I will see you in a few minutes. Good job taking notes. I can't wait to see what you wrote.